Hey there, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Shazette. I hope you're doing well. Listen, just wanted to come and chat with you all for a few moments. It's Saturday morning, around 8:30, I guess. I had planned to get out this morning pretty early and take my bike for a bit of a longer spin than I normally do. I'm getting myself accustomed back to bike riding after many, many years, and so I try to do it early in the morning so that I don't have the anxiety of there being people or cars or anything like that out in the streets. And so I planned to go kind of for an extended ride today on the campus, but I woke up a little bit later than I planned to, but still got dressed, took the bike out, and just a few feet from the house realized that my body isn't in a place to do that today. Got some headache and just fogginess going on. I think it's sinuses. I had it last week and took some Claritin for a few days and it cleared up, so I think I'm going to rotate the Claritin in for a while. Or I may just try the natural remedies again. It's been a long time since I put chemicals in my body. And so the last few weeks I've had to do like the Tylenol and Claritin, and I can just tell the difference that my body isn't just running on its natural processes. And so it's been a pretty good week. Yesterday was a hard day. I got up and was tired because I had had a busy week, and so I was going to sit down and do some computer things and run a few errands. And I got up and got dressed and instantly had an overwhelming sense of nausea, headache, got really cold, and so ended up having to get back into bed for a while to get some sleep. And so it slowed me down, changed my plans yesterday, but I am trying to teach myself that when my body tells me I need to shift, that I shift with it. It's not always convenient. It is not always the most exciting thing in the world to do, but I'm learning to do it. So I just wanted to check in with you all today. I realized something a couple of days ago. If you've been watching at all, you know that I'm on this kind of 90-day journaling challenge where I am attempting to journal in the little field notes notebooks every single day. And I have missed 1 or 2 days, gone back and made up for them, never more than one day at a time, and I've done that only like twice. But now, if and those were matters of kind of just forgetting. But now, when I get ready to go to bed or I get to a certain point in the day and I haven't journaled, or I have too many things going on in my mind that I can't quite process all of them all at one time, I know that I need to pull out my notebook and just get some thoughts out of my head. And so this has become a really, really important part of my daily discipline. Not quite at 60 days yet, but I'm excited to see how this continues to evolve, excited to see how or if it is something that I have a need to continue past the 90 days. Super excited for that possibility, because it really is, I can tell that it really is making a difference. The other thing I did the other day, I have picked up the Fitbit about a week or so ago because I want to be more intentional about getting my movement in each day, but I wasn't ready to commit to going back to an Apple Watch because I don't want the additional distractions of text messages and notifications. And even with the Fitbit, I am only using it as a health and fitness tracker. I have turned off all notifications, and so it doesn't buzz unless I need it to buzz, or unless I ask it to, or unless it's telling me it's time to move. Beyond that, it stays silent and dark on my wrist, which I'm really, really appreciating right through here. But the other day I did exceed my steps goal for the day, which was pretty exciting, and did it without a great deal of effort, just by being more intentional about moving and getting out and about and taking, not always looking for the shortcut or hopping on the elevator, but grabbing a few steps and stuff as well. So I just wanted to check in with you all. This week has been interesting, not difficult. It's been productive. I've gotten some great things done. I've gotten some good news that I hope to share with you all more about in a couple of weeks. I can't share it with you yet, but I found myself this week being more excited about the possibilities. And to be truthful, based on how I'm feeling now, I may have pushed myself too hard this week. I thought I was kind of taking it easy, but I may have pushed myself too hard this week to try and put in too many things. But I was really, really pleased with taking a break in the middle of the week on Wednesday, kind of as an off day, as opposed to Thursday, which is normally I take my break on, we'll take it back. Normally I take my day break on Friday, and it's just kind of the day when I unplug completely because by the end of Thursday, I'm usually exhausted and my social battery is on empty. But I took, by force, really, Wednesday off because I had a small procedure done on Tuesday. And so I took Wednesday off just to give my body some time to recuperate. I didn't know if my body was going to need time to recuperate. And so I took Wednesday off, and taking the day off in the middle of the week was incredibly life-giving, and it gave me a good boost for Thursday, such that as far as I was concerned on Thursday, I didn't feel as exhausted and as depleted on Thursday as I normally do on Thursdays. And so that may also have something to do with how my body, reacted or responded to me on yesterday, that I kind of threw my general clock off. But I'm interested to experiment with it because having that Wednesday off in the middle of the week, which is normally, hump day for most folks, it was really, really refreshing for me and really gave me a burst of energy for Thursday. But it also may have caused me to push too hard on Thursday. So I am still in the process of experimenting. I will be 40 on October 1st. I think I'm getting excited about moving toward my 40th birthday. What I'm particularly excited about and trying to make sure that I'm careful about is that last year on my 39th birthday, I said that when I got to my 40th birthday, I wanted to be the healthiest version of myself that I've ever been. And that did not necessarily have to do with weight in as much as it had to do with me being aware of my body being in a good rhythm, my mental, social, emotional self, like the fullness of who I am, that I would be in the best place healthily. And I'm really close. Like, there are still some things that I'm working toward, and I've got the rest of this month to do, and everything might not be perfect by October 1st. It probably won't be, but the goal was not to be perfect, but was to be the healthiest version of myself that I've ever been. And right now, even with feeling the things that I'm feeling right now, I can honestly say that I, on October 1st, I will be able to check that box off. Even when I was a little smaller, because I'm carrying about 12 more pounds right now than I've carried in many years. Even when I was at my smallest, I wasn't healthy, right? I was at my smallest, but I wasn't healthy. And I think that there are some things and some metrics, I guess, that society and sometimes even our doctors place on us to help us determine whether or not we are healthy. But I am trying in the next season of my life, to try and figure out what overall health and wellness and wholeness looks like for me. And the last couple of years, I've battled through some really serious illness and sickness, and it has been important to me this year to not come to the brink of death anymore. It's certainly not when there's something that I can do about it. And so I have been trying really hard to expand my borders and expand my horizons, and to challenge myself and to hold myself accountable. And the challenges that I've made of myself and the holding accountable that I've tried to do with myself may seem like minuscule things to other people, or things that won't have large impact. But I have, for the most part, stopped trying to figure out things that will give me the largest impact the quickest, and have instead moved toward trying to figure out how making small and sustainable changes can lead to long-term results. And it's taken me a long time to get to being okay with that. Even in this YouTube community, in the building of this YouTube channel, I had to stop holding myself to, I'm going to do a video every single day. I'm probably not. But what I am going to do is make an effort every single day to create some piece of content that is either posted or that moves me toward a larger piece of content that I'll post later in the week. I am holding myself accountable to making sure that I am creating, but I'm not at the place yet where I can put the stress on my body or on my mental self to produce something huge every single day. And so I am building, or attempting to build, this community on consistency, even in small steps. And so you probably see more shorts than you will see long form videos like this. But I'm also committing to, or trying to, when I don't feel 100% creative, just to sit down and have a conversation with you all. And so I'm hoping that in doing this, you're getting just a glimpse of everyday life, but also that you're being encouraged that what you are working on, what you are dreaming about, the projects that you are considering, right, that they don't necessarily have to come to fruition quickly or in large ways, but that small steps can be made each day to get us toward or closer to the goals that we've set for ourselves. There are goals certainly physically and mentally and emotionally, and there are goals financially and relationally and, professionally that we all have. I have been taking pictures for 15 or 20 years now, if not longer, really most of my life, but intentionally for the last 15 years or so. And I have 15 years worth of photos that are on hard drives and all of these things. And so I've wanted to do something with them for a long time. I've known that my work is good enough, right, to go further than the hard drives that are stacked up in my drawers. And so I made the commitment a few weeks ago to begin the process of archiving and going through it. So a little bit at a time, I've been preparing for the archival process. And so finally today yesterday I was able to pick up a large hard drive so that I can begin putting things right in some sort of order and in one place. And also had a conversation last week that's really exciting about possibilities for some of my work. And it has me even now kind of emotional, because when I was in the heat of taking photos every single day, because the zeal was there for it, long before passion ever set in, it was just an exciting thing to learn. I had dreams of where my photography could go, but never knew how to pursue it. And there were seasons and moments and periods where I would stop and not pick up my camera for weeks or months at a time, because just didn't feel the inspiration to, or because I was burnt out doing all the other things that I thought I had to do for other people and for other reasons. And now the inspiration and desire to create in very real ways is emerging again. And as I was going through really accidentally some of my archives the other day, I just sat and looked at the work and was amazed by the volume. My camera got full. I forgot to put an external SD card in it, and so I'm using the DJI Action 2 and the memory finish, but I wanted to finish this thought, so I'm sorry for the abrupt change. But I was saying the sheer volume of work that I've collected over the years really blew my mind the other day. And I realized that some of my dreams for publishing and exhibition really are not out of reach for me, and that it is still very much possible for me to pursue this arm of my creative work. And so I just want to say, I've had a desire, for instance, to start an Etsy store for years, and I started it but didn't have the time to finish the things that I wanted to place in the Etsy store, and so I had to shut the Etsy store down. And so what I've determined to do now is just make one or two things at a time, and I'll build up a little bit of a stockpile, and then I'll start an Etsy store or Poshmark or something like that, because we sometimes deny ourselves the opportunity to pursue our dreams because we are discouraged by the delay. And these days, I am beginning to hold to the idea that, we know the adage that says a dream deferred is not a dream denied, but I am beginning to believe that consistency, even with delays, if we are consistent, will ultimately get us to a place where our dreams are manifested and we actually see them come to fruition. And so my aim in this 40th year, as I come into it, is to be consistent. and to do little things toward my big dreams consistently on a regular basis, every day, every week, making a small move toward one of my dreams and one of my goals. And that eventually, when the time and the season is right, the fullness of that dream will come to fruition and be manifested. I am excited about all that lies ahead, even on a day like today when I've got to admit that my body's not where it should be. There are still things that I can be doing. Even this is a part of me doing something toward the bigger goal, toward the bigger dream. And so I hope that you will continue to join me for these journeys. Many times, most times, these longer form videos are, for me, a way of my being able to talk through what I'm experiencing and what I'm feeling. And my hope is that when I do these sorts of videos, that you too will find value and inspiration and be able to see or hear something that inspires you, or something that allows you to know that you're not by yourself. Trying not to over edit these types of videos, but just to let you see me where I am. And it's something that I don't do often in the other facets of my life, but determined to do that here in this space. So if you found any sort of value in today's video, or you would like to kind of follow along this journey with me, I invite you and hope that you will hit that subscribe button and be sure to click the bell so you'll get notifications whenever I upload new content. I'm going to get out of here. I got some archival work to do because I've got a Monday noon deadline for this exciting project that I'm hoping to share with you all in a couple of weeks. So at any rate, I hope that you all are well. I hope that you enjoy your weekend. We'll hop back at you now.